and gentlemen, welcome to the Onward VR Master League. I am your host for today's matchup, Sleepy. I have with me my co-caster for today, Noman, a good friend and West Coast ally, and we have got a bit of an EU banger for you this afternoon. Noman, why don't you tell the folks who they've got in store for them here on Onward Master League 1 today?
Oh yeah, I'm excited to do so. We've got a great EU matchup. Season 8, Week 3, BossFight versus Vikings is going to be the match we're going to be looking at today, and I'm pretty excited about this one, Sleepy. We've gotten a couple of EU casts in this week, so I am, I'm jonesing for a little bit more EU action here, and this one is shaping to be pretty good. Vikings playing really strong last season, and definitely no slouches this season either. I think we're going to be seeing some interesting stuff, but let's talk about picks and bans.
Yeah, absolutely. Picks and bans are have already come out, so we'll go ahead and get started with that. And from the downfall side, the home team side, the ban is going to be Cargo, as you can see there on your screen. Cargo, a small map. Not sure if Vikings have that much of a punch on it or if BossFight just don't feel confident. Noman will come to you in a minute with that, but while we're on the subject, the ban coming out from Vikings, the away team visitor is going to be, let's find the button for it, Subway. So two fairly small close quarters maps already taken off the board. We'll go ahead and let you talk about what you think on those map bans, and then we'll let the folks at home know what our first map is going to be.
Yeah, the Cargo ban from BossFight doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It's definitely not one of their worst maps, and by no stretch of the imagination is it Vikings' best map, so I'm not sure why you would take it out of rotation. The only thing I can think of is maybe if you Cargo tends to be the sort of equalizer for teams. It can really swing one way or the other quickly. So I wonder if BossFight just wants to take that element of randomness out of it. As for the Subway ban, I mean, I think that one is really like either you practiced it and you like it, or you didn't practice it and you don't like it. And I feel like that's just Vikings did not practice it and don't like it. But BossFight have shown that they are solid on Subway I believe. And
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
actually
yeah.
looking at the stats right now. They are 100% win ratio on Subway all time. So also a pretty strong ban versus Boss Fight.
All right, so yeah, not such a bad call on either side then, realistically. And while we're on the subject of maps, why don't we go ahead and let the folks at home know where we're going first. And it's going to be one of mine and Noman's favorite maps. For map 1, it's going to be Quarantine. There it goes. It finally popped up there. So yeah, that's how it's looking like. And if we want, we can take a look at the rostered players here for both teams. Just a moment while we switch over to that. And this is not the one I was looking for. This is not the screen I was looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the one that I set up earlier. Today's matchup, you see the lineups on your screen there for the boss fight, the home side, Diamond Division. Never mind. You know what? We're not going to have any time for that because these teams are itching and raring to go. We're going to get you into the gameplay here. So it's going to be, again, map 1 is going to be Quarantine. We're hopping into it now. It's round 1. Map 1. Here on Quarantine, boss fight versus Vikings. Boss fight on the attack for round 1.
Yeah, and this is a good objective for us to start out on. A real juicy one. This tank courtyard objective is so capable. There's so much. There's so many good grenade plays on this one. We're 10 seconds in. I'm already jonesing for some grenade throws here.
Yeah, absolutely right. And I found it interesting there for a second. Uncle Sam and Spoilty had chosen the same aircraft engine here by the objective for the defense. He was quickly told to get away because that was not a good idea. Boss fight taking the north here. Scooby-Doo, or I'm sorry, Sharku and Scorpio there trying to secure this rooftop. A great place to make sure that you can hold that advantage here on this objective. If you can hold this rooftop, you've pretty much got a bird's eye view right down onto all the sweet spots for the defenders to defend from. Funny that, huh?
Yeah, indeed. If you take a look at the overhead map, though, I like Vikings' defense here. The one member in the south just sort of patrolling, making sure nobody crosses mid right now, and the rest in this nice little semicircle right around the front of the objective. They're a little weak on the eastern side, so if Boss Fight does decide to run a deep flank, I mean, the only person they'd really have to deal with here is Uncle Sam, who's got some eyes on the back of rooftop, but otherwise, I mean, the east approach is really strong here. They could really get behind this defense. Obviously, Boss Fight can't see what we see, but
no one can see what we see, Noman. It's the blessing and the curse of the caster.
That's right. That's right. It's a difficult life we live. So much intel, and we can give none of it.
So far, shaping up to be a pretty common pace for an EU matchup. Boss fight taking their time, not being slow necessarily. I mean, they've covered about 3/4 of the approach to the objective, so it's not that they're being excessively slow, but they are being careful. They don't want to lose any members unnecessarily, as you see in a lot of the EU play.
Yeah, indeed, and I'm hearing Hoochie call-outs here. That's actually somebody else calling out, but Hoochie responding. It looks like they have identified Kuorzi in the tank courtyard, so
Yeah, Mad
wondering if
Scientist is...
I think he's creeping up.
Creeping up with his butt hanging off the side like a champ. Ladies and gentlemen, true military form and function right there for that crouch walking.
That's right. That is...
You have to stick your butt out to the side, or else it's not approved. It's not true tactical skills.
Yeah, I mean, flexibility is very important in the military.
Speaking of flex, with that back bend there, oh man. Oh
Yeah,
man, Mad Scientist must have no idea Kuorzi's here. He hasn't even... Oh man, he's just standing out in the open too. If Nalik behind decides to just take a quick peek. Oh, Kuorzi's waiting on it, and I think Mad Scientist IK is going to end up getting him killed. Here comes Kuorzi on the assault. He does find him. Mad Scientist goes down.
Hoochie just missed that refrag, too. He was covering the back of his friend, and he decided to look away just 1 second before that came out. And a nice little flash is going to come out. Hoochie does get caught out by that, but Scorpio's position given away. I'm sorry, Kuorzi's position given away. Scorpio going to capitalize on that.
So far an even trade. A nice grenade going to come out there from Nalik, but just a bit too high. Not going to be able to affect Hoochie there in the center of the street. Scorpio, of course, still too far back for it to affect anything. But here we go. The smokes are starting to come out from BossFight. We could be seeing some forward aggression here at any moment. Hoochie still working his way into that center tank courtyard, being very cautious. He knows one more is in here. He's heard the frag come out. Now he's waiting. Will Nalik take the peek around the corner, or will Hoochie be the one to take the advantage here on the center?
I mean, Hoochie's got Nolik to deal with. I don't think Fungi can see him from there now because the overturned Humvee on the South Street is blocking that view. So he really does just have to get past Nolik here. Sharku's going to find Uncle Sam, though, in his north watching position and going to be able to help Hoochie on his approach to objective. Hoochie's got Pat out, in fact.
As he should. He's got Sharku here watching his cover on that flank from that defensive position. Spoilty still looking around the corner, making sure that the flank doesn't come around from the northeast side, but he's looking the wrong way. Hoochie might just slide right on up here, but Nalik appears to be, yes, he is looking this direction. He might have a sliver of Hoochie. Oh no, but he's made it past. Hoochie's made it past. This could be a round one cap here for BossFight, especially if Spoilty doesn't decide to just turn around and check. I think he thinks that Nalik has got the whole area locked down, but it's not happening. Hoochie on the objective, pad out, outside in the open, should be getting BossFight, and there it is, his first cap, first round of the game. They go 2 up here on Vikings.
Yeah, and that was a fantastic play by BossFight. They had the right distractions. They made the correct series of picks. I think they had just sort of collected callouts. Like, they just figured out where a lot of the Vikings players were and then just made the kills absolutely necessary in order to try to make that happen. But really, that's going to fall on Spoilty for trusting his teammates a little too much on that play.
Sorry about that, Noman. I was just checking the stream chat, just making sure that my audio, our audios were coming in kind of balanced. It's been a while since I've been in the hosting chair, so ladies and gentlemen, you'll have to forgive me in case those audio levels are imbalanced. So I'll try and work those out. Hopefully I can find a good balance between the two. And of course I also have to try and remember what you tell me in 6 minutes. So I might work adjusted for it. But yeah, overall, such a great match already. Looked pretty good for Vikings there at first. They were putting up a little bit of a battle, you know, exchanging blows with BossFight up front. But now, you know, just a lack of situational awareness there, and that's what happens. This is the second match, in fact, I've casted this week. And in fact, it might, no, never mind, because the other match I casted was Blaze, so you wouldn't have been casting it with me. But the second match I've casted this week where a cap has come out in round 1 of the series, the very first round of the series, and it's been on quarantine for both of those.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's been a good week for games in general. 2 weeks, I would say. We've had a lot of crazy plays. A little bit of audible play there from BossFight.
Well, that's from Scooby-Doo. He's a very vocal player for BossFight, always constantly talking, communicating with his team.
Yeah, letting Mad Scientist know he's got to cover the objective. It looks like BossFight's going to opt for a pretty intense deep.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it intense. This is probably as aggressive as it gets.
Those synchronized grenades were a thing of beauty, and the C4 placement wasn't that bad either. It's kind of like right there in the middle in that divot. But yeah, I think Scooby-Doo's been made out. The frag comes up on the roof. No effect on him. He's got some cover. But he's got 2 going to be coming up here shortly. And a third in the wing. Going to be looking for that refrag from that 5-story in the northwest.
Yeah, this is why air bursts are so key in matchups and why so many players practice them. Is just tossing nades up into, you know, random areas doesn't often work out, but a nice air burst there could have easily gotten Scooby dislodged from the roof. He's not ready for Fungi, and he's going to take him down quickly. Now it's just up to Scorpio in the north to try to figure out how they can deal with the Vikings in the C4 detonation a little early. Not going to find any contact either. So Vikings up 5-4 so far in the series.
Yeah, nice attack run so far for them. That was a great way to neutralize Scooby-Doo on the roof there, and that's going to be a key player taken out because, again, Scooby is kind of like BossFight's pants, right? Like, he never stops talking realistically, and I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in the fact that he is constantly communicating things to his team. If he sees someone, pardon me, if he sees someone, if he hears someone, you know, if he sees shots or hears shots or shots ring off in his location, he relays that stuff in, and that's what teams need. They need people who are communicating like that because it is very important to be able to build that mental image in your mind when you're in these high-tier matchups of where people are, who might be moving, and here we might see Scorpio finding a kill into Corsi. If Corsi's not careful, he's got a little bit of defilade to protect him for now, but the second he starts cresting this hill, Scorpio should have eyes on it. Oh no, Scorpio now dealing with a hillside of his own.
Yeah, he's opting for the longer angle, gives up on it. Corsi's gonna get this approach pretty easily unless he decides to back off. I can't imagine he's gonna try to push down that lane. So Scorpio should be running into him pretty quickly. Mad Scientist is gonna find Nolik, who was on South Plane Wing.
I was just trying to figure out who that was so I could jump to them, and then I just watched their character model get crushed on my screen from a distance. Corsi, though, will find Sharku in the north with Scorpio on a quick refrag. The north has now effectively been tempered for a moment. Spoilty and Final Fungi, the last two members of Vikings up north. Their only remaining teammate down in the south, kind of in the center, towards that center tank or center burning courtyard area.
Yeah, and such a great play there by Scorpio to recognize quickly that he can get that pickup. I don't think he even knew a teammate went down. He just heard the shots, rotated, and got the pick. But he's got to stay tucked in because now Fungi is definitely looking for him. Uncle Sam's going to find Mad Scientist approaching from that excuse me, I can't speak today either, on the south side at Red Car. And now Hoochie alone on the OBJ. We'll have to deal with Uncle Sam's approach, as well as the two in the north, still battling it out with Scorpio, and the victory goes the way of the offense as Vikings take down Scorpio in the north, and now it's just Hoochie on the OBJ. It's not looking super hot for him right now.
Final Funky giving a secondary volley of shots, probably a good 20 shots to make sure that guy was dead. Scorpio, known for infamously coming back to life after he's been dead. So 20 extra shots is the required recipe for taking him down.
Yeah, that's the exact number. They've done the math. Hoochie finds the back of Uncle Sam, evening things out a little bit. Vikings now down to 2. They've got Overwatch from rooftops. Loyalty on the approach from the north. Should be able to catch Hoochie unaware. He's got too many angles to check. Timing is definitely not going to be on his side.
Timing is not. Oh, I think Spoilty happened to see the IK model of Hoochie come through the wall because he's trained on the corner, and the trade comes out, but it doesn't matter as Vikings have one more left on the board. They will get their first point and on Marsoc to boot. So a good on them for that. And yeah, BossFight will have to be watching out. They're going to have to tighten up that defense, it appears.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good defense. It was just a little spread out, and that early aggression onto rooftop didn't pay off. They didn't have the refrag opportunity set up. Scorpio a little bit offset from Scooby's position on the roof, so he was an easy pick for the folks approaching from the north. And I think from that point on, just working with a man down worked against them. So I think that they'll shore that up. Next time around, BossFight obviously no slouches when it comes to their defenses. I would imagine that Vikings, though, are pretty, showing pretty strong in general. Even on getting capped on, they were still holding that defense well. Just missed a couple of key angles, and I can't imagine they'll make that mistake again, but we'll see here because round 3 is kicking off. The Vikings on the defense, truck stop objective in the north.
Looking for those lot lizards. If anybody knows, for a good time, call Nolix. See, he's got his hands up. He's volunteering for a good time. But anyways, the Volk team will push out as they try and decipher where the Marsoc squad is going to spawn. But Marsoc's gotten the quick spawn, so if they utilize the speed to their advantage, they could find these picks early. Final Fungi's been spotted as he crawls up to the roof. The 3-man fire squad from BossFight on their way hard to the
going to pick up Fungi quick on that side peak. Nolik is going to find Sharku with a nice down, and now this BossFight offense setting up in the northwest, working quite nicely as Scorpio finds himself another. And now Vikings down to 3 quickly. I mean, really just undoing everything I just said about their defense.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, BossFight utilized the speed of this spawn quite well. I mean, they caught Final Fungi up there on that rooftop as he was trying to slide slowly while maintaining the angle. And then just able to kind of work as that 3-man team and just decimate. Now, they're going to have a problem dealing with Crorsey, who's sitting here, you know, laid behind the car. So he's going to be almost impossible to spot until you're right up on him and he pops up. So I'm going to go ahead and say that he's probably going to find at least one on the surprise before at least being refragged. But BossFight looking strong here, just over a minute into the game, and they're already up with a 2-man advantage here on the offense.
Scooby-Doo here, just, I mean, orchestrating an offensive play clearly and succinctly from this 3-story Crorsey. Should be hearing some of this. He is basically shouting it into the radio. Definitely calling some audibles. Sharku now making this approach on the back of Crorsey, but yeah, Uncle Sam is gonna find that sneaky little peek, and Crorsey will pick up Scorpio. The best laid plans going to waste here.
Oop.
As
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? He shot you in your face now.
Now 2 members of Vikings up, 2 members of BossFight.
Ooh, the grenade from Hoochie. Is it gonna get it? It gets him! The bank off the wall. He just gave him the old sky hook to get it in there.
That was a nice little alley-oop by Hoochie to pick up that down. Uncle Sam can't afford a rotation out of this wall just yet.
But BossFight had to be careful. Spoilty's not dead, so he could definitely call all this out and give Uncle Sam the ability. Is Hoochie going to try for another cap here? Oh my goodness.
I think that was what they were originally planning, as he gets down by the truck there and then crawls all the way up.
That IQ level 1,000 rotation from Hoochie right there. As Uncle Sam went to check the opposite side of the tank or the truck, Hoochie happens to turn around, and he's going to get caught out here. No, Hoochie finds Uncle Sam, and that'll be it. They'll find themselves their 3rd point, 1 more, and they've closed out map 1. Vikings need to find something here on Marsoc.
Yeah, BossFight looking real strong here on map 1. I mean, this was their map pick, so not a surprising turn of events necessarily. If they pick into quarantine, you expect some high-level quarantine play. But yeah, Vikings just, it's really the first 60 seconds that's tripping them up. They're losing 1 or 2 real early, and then BossFight just sort of tightens the noose and closes the trap down around them. So I think that's pretty expected here. I'm curious how Vikings map 2 will go and what map they will choose.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they flip this, depending on scoreline or win or loss of this first map. But yeah, I am also interested to see how they are going to go about trying to take down BossFight, who's already off to quite an impressive lead. I mean, not that Vikings aren't doing a great job. I think this is actually quite a good matchup here. That defensive round there, Vikings able to come back from a 2-man deficit into creating an equal firefight there until Hoochie got his skyhook in. So yeah, I mean, overall these teams are matched up pretty well in my opinion. Little lack of situational awareness in round 1 cost Vikings 2 points, but other than that, it's been just back and forth,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it has been. I mean, they're relatively close rounds. They are coming down to 1s and 2s on both sides, so it's not, a heavy swing in either direction just yet. Vikings still definitely capable of pulling off something here. They don't even really need a cap. They just need to win this on kills, and this is a tough objective to cap on. Anyway, so I think they're going to be looking for it.
Well, the spawn has been announced as shots from the south plane wing ring out over the top of the map, heading towards the north side. A 3-member push from Vikings has already made its way up pretty aggressively into the center of the map, but they're going to be seen here shortly. Yes, shots do ring out from Mad Scientist up near the white car. He does see the push into the center burning area, and now BossFight will be completely aware of that.
And it's a tough place to get trapped in. I mean, they can get out here through the burning rubble as they have crossed over into it. That way they don't have to run back into Mad Scientist's field of view.
Getting in quite close,
but they do still have to unseat the east side, and there's quite a bit of defenders there in the northeast just waiting for this final push to happen. I mean, one well-placed airburst here on the roof. Which I think Nolik just heard me, because I heard a grenade being primed. I wonder if there's going to be an airburst here. The toss-up looks good, and there it is. Scooby-Doo goes down. Unfortunately, not an insta-kill, however.
Yeah.
I wonder if there will be a confirmation aid coming out.
His player model, though, its head bounced off the ground after the grenade went out. And look at the instant reply with 2 grenades from BossFight, and Scooby-Doo's going to find another one, and he is now dead as a doorknob. Here comes Hoochie around the corner. Nolik's trying to pre-fire over the ledge, but he doesn't get it. The trade comes in. Femi finds Nolik. He kills his teammate. Now he finds the confirmation onto Hoochie. It's just 2 members of BossFight left, just like that. Krorzy and his teammate Femi are going to be pushing their way, but Femi's going to actually find Sharku, and that's going to open up the objective. We could possibly see a cap here. Mad Scientist is going to find and hold on to Krorzy, though, and that'll shut down the eastern part of this flank. And so Femi Fungi, man, what a name. Femi Fungi is going to back off onto the plane wing for a moment until he can regroup with his remaining teammate, Uncle Sam.
Yeah, Mad Scientist rotating to get this res is the right call to make here. I mean, if you die on the way, it's not a big deal. It's not a cap. You've still got your 2 rounds to bring it back if you're BossFight. But having 2 men up here brings it to a 2v2. The Vikings not capitalizing on those early picks. I don't think the callouts came out, so they probably do not have an accurate count.
And of course, Vikings haven't even really been able to get on top of that roof yet, so their count is probably quite skewed.
Yeah, I would imagine they're working with the idea that there's at least 3 up, possibly 4. I think Fungi is responsible for 2, so they should know that there should be 3. Even if his count is technically inaccurate, because he's counting the one on the back wall as a death, even though it was a res. So they may be working with an accidentally correct count.
Sharku doing what he can to check all his angles here at the North Red roofs. No action as of yet. Still 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, so the Vikings have some time to still work with, as they aren't very far by any means. But now the path they're choosing is going to be littered with a lot of open areas, and so I'm a little concerned here now. I feel like Mad Scientist and Sharku are going to kind of start to wise up on this after not seeing any movement, start focusing there, and as they cross out through the open, I feel like they're just going to get hung out.
I mean, Mad Scientist has quite a bit of ground to cover there on the west, so his rotations might end up... I was just going to say something, but it doesn't matter. Fungi's going to give his position away and show Sharku exactly what approach he is taking, which he will gladly capitalize on and find that kill, and now it's all up to Uncle Sam. 2 minutes left trying to clean this series up. He does find Sharku, so now it's a 1v1. All up to Mad Scientist to try to close this series out for BossFight, or can Uncle Sam keep the Vikings alive here in map 1?
It's do or die time. Uncle Sam has got a clutch. It is clutch or kick time for him. Vikings may be looking for a new member here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. So be ready on those applications on the VRML website, because slot could be open quite soon, in fact. Definitely so now that he's taking shots on a body that's dead. Definitely don't want to risk those call-outs from enemy teams, but you have a minute left and technically own the advantage since nobody knows where you are. But now you've done and followed in Femi's footsteps and are probably going to get shot.
Yeah, Mad Scientist trained on this approach now. He's got 40 seconds left for the defense, but he opts to do a rotation, and Uncle Sam is going to catch him as he makes that choice. And
hold on a second. I got to find you. Uncle Sam, you are a lucky duckling, because that was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, giving up on that angle was, I mean, you know, we don't talk about it as much as I feel like we should, but timing in this game, just random timing, plays so much into the outcomes of some of these games. I mean, that was just poor timing. Mad Scientist opting to give up on an angle that clearly would have won his, you know, team the game, but or the map at least. But I mean, he had no way of knowing. You know, he didn't know what that rush was gonna look like.
No, of course. Only I am frustrated because I know what should have happened and how that should have went down. But that's not what the players see. That's not what they experience. So I do have to be better about that. But at the same time, it's just kind of there's still a bit of situational awareness that's lacking in certain cases. You know what I mean? Like in some rights, I'm justified in my reasons for being upset, but. Like when Blaze gives away 2 maps on the very last round.
Oh, I know. You don't have to tell me about that, buddy. I know all about what Blaze does. But I mean, Vikings here putting up a real good fight.
Yeah, you're damn right they are.
Not getting out of this map without a fight. Scooby-Doo, however, is going to find a pick early on Spoilty as he crosses to the south, trying to get to that plane wing. And what a deep angle that is. Ooh.
Sharku, he's going to go ahead and find one on Femi. Fungi, too, in the west. And the Vikings defense already being shut down. Both members of BossFight have been able to get their confirmation shots in. And there's just no saving this defense right now. They got to do something here. There's got to be some picks that come out from Vikings, or we're going to be seeing probably a 5-pronged attack on the objective that those poor 3 members of Vikings are just going to get overwhelmed by.
I mean, take a look at this angle here. What a shot that is to make in that little crevice. Yeah. What a well placed. I mean, that is just practice play by BossFight. They're aware of where the rotations can come through on the defense. They set up early. They get those picks, and it's paying off in spades as they look real strong to take this Marsoc round and the first map. Just a minute and a half in. The offense now has to get set up, so they were in their early spots. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Be almost downing Sharku there with that.
I was following Sharku, and I saw that art come in over my camera. I'm like, uh-oh.
An intense throw there, but now BossFight has to get set up, so clearly those were their early positions, and now they have to reposition and find their approach to the objective.
Nalik definitely just saw this rotation up the west by Sharku. He can't get the kill, but he does get a hit as Sharku has to I wanted to say revive himself, but as he heals himself.
It should be revitalize. He revitalizes himself.
Oh.
It's like a vitamin supplement.
It's like a juice cleanse.
Yeah, it's like a suppository, but like with a neat. Yeah, no, that is exactly what happened there. I mean, that pickup would have been key shutting down that west approach. BossFight
just getting any pick at this point would be key for Vikings. BossFight's at the door knocking at this point now. They've got 5 men up. They're pushing in fairly strong. They've only got 1 real man on the defense. The others are a ways off, so if he goes down by this guy pushing the south, there's still a chance that a cap could happen, even with the last 2 up and rotating back feverishly.
Yeah, I'm not counting Vikings out just yet. Now,
but it's a tough situation from what I'm looking at on the map.
Oh, absolutely. But I think, and it can start as easily as that. Nolik finding Sharku on that west approach finally will start to even things out a little bit. The smoke from Mad Scientist.
Yeah. It almost pulled Uncle Sam out. He got a little greedy there. Scooby-Doo's going to find Nalik, and there's that far flank covered. It's just the 2 members closest to the objective, and Uncle Sam's now can put himself in a pretty exposed position. There's Scorpio from the ambulance finding the kill, and now it's all up to Krorzy, who's by himself on OBJ, and he doesn't have an eye on the opposite side. And Mad Scientist might be able to book right past him. He did! Oh, Krorzy barely saving the day. He's the last man up. He takes shots from Scorpio. He and Scorpio exchange. Hoochie's out to go for the cap again. Oh my goodness, he stops the cap, but unfortunately Scorpio, or Scooby-Doo, with the refrag, and BossFight find their final point here on the map, and I just realized I made a big boo-boo, Noman.
What did you do?
I missed that whole round.
Ooh. Well, I can't imagine chat's gonna be very happy about that, my friend. But you know what? At least the commentary was colorful, so at least the folks at home got the radio-style play-by-play there. You're pulling an old Nightfire there, leaving the overlays up, I imagine. That's all right, folks. It was a good series, BossFight. I mean, pretty commandingly from the start, finding 2 early picks, and then just constricting around. Vikings not really able to put anything together, getting, I think, two or three picks towards the end, but we'll take that. Map 4-2.
Yeah, that is right. And now that moves us on to our second map. So why don't we go ahead and throw that one up on the old scoreboard. I'm not going to do the war room again, but we'll go ahead and set it. Second map is going to be one that I actually haven't seen played very much in competitive play, Noman, since it's been updated, and that's going to be Bazaar.
Yeah, some of the lighting on Bazaar has gotten players a little riled up. So I don't know. I mean, it's a good map. The fact that it forces you to use, or at least used to force you to use night vision to be able to see inside the buildings, has soured a lot of people on it. This definitely was one of the most played maps in season 6 and 7, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, a little bit less so in season 8 so far. We've been seeing a lot more of the like subways and the tankers of the world. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. I'm also interested to see if we're going to see a shield come out here from the BossFight side.
Yeah, that would be quite interesting. I don't see Weather Balloon in-house, but he could be waiting in the wings, ready to jump in. We do have a player from BossFight who's not quite in the lobby yet, so yes, we could be seeing some roster changes.
Yeah, indeed we do. Weather Balloon is coming in for Bazaar, so I would be shocked to not see the shield here.
Yeah.
In this second map, and it looks like, just from the positioning of the players, that BossFight is on offense, which means Vikings opted for a Volk pick rather than a map pick. I think this is also BossFight's map pick.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not a surprising choice. If you've lost the first map, it sometimes can be beneficial to try to rely on getting the defensive wins for your second map to stay in the series. So definitely not a surprising pick by Vikings, but you have to wonder if they're going to be ready for Weather Balloon's shield here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But with that, we are back at it. Both teams are ready to go, it appears. They are loaded into the map. So here we go. We're on map 2. It's round 1. Log your favorites in the chat now, folks. Who's going to end up taking the series? It was a close one on Quarantine, so I can't say that BossFight has this one in the bag, but we all know that they're quite a strong team here on Bazaar, so I'm excited to see how Vikings will counter this.
Yeah, this defense, so we talked about it in the past couple of casts I've had on Bazaar. It's such a challenging defense, especially with the cap positions upstairs in that Kayat building. It really makes the job more stressful than it should be for the defenders. It's a lot of area to cover. So
could you not have talked about that upstairs cap?
I could, but I did because it's still in the game. So it really does bring up a good point. It's a challenging objective without having to deal with the verticality of the building that it's in. And if you're the last defender alive on most other maps, you've really just got one plane to worry about, you know, one X-axis to worry about. Shots ring out from Scorpio. He will down Spoilty in the back and quickly make it a 5v4.
Nolek sees the action, hears the action, throws a grenade. Scooby-Doo or Scorpio, mind you, rushes right into a crossfire between Uncle Sam and Femi Funky. I'm honestly surprised those two didn't kill each other, being that their positions so close to one another in a crossfire situation like that.
I think all three were shooting at him there. Nolik, Uncle Sam, and Fungi were all expending rounds into poor Scorpio. Now we'll see Sharku here making his approach. Is he gonna find Nolik? The trade will come out. Both members down and out. So it's a 3v3 now.
Help! I'm stuck! I'm stuck in a building! Help me!
You could just bind to camera 2, my friend.
Don't tell me what to do.
Camera 2 will have you escape from the clutches of the evil bizarre buildings that you're trapped inside of.
Well, Vikings defense proving quite strong here on this center Kiot objective. Normally a very troublesome objective for a lot of defenses, but they're handling BossFight on it quite well, in fact. No man advantage on either side. Both teams have been able to recover after the frags and refrags. But it did seem that once Scooby, or I keep wanting to call Scorpio Scooby. Sorry guys, your names just start with two similar characters. But when Scorpio and Sharku went down, kind of the brunt of the push was already collapsed. It's already kind of expired. That was the tip of their spear, and there was no shaft behind it to support the tip, and so it just broke off in the enemy, and they walked away with it just like, okay, now what?
That was a colorful description. I like that.
Yeah.
That was very good. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now they're going to have to worry about Scooby's approach here, right? This is a pretty common approach. Uncle Sam not quite ready for it. He's got to stay quiet if he wants to stay on the backside of Scooby when he makes his push in through this courtyard. I think Crorzy's going to be the one in danger here unless Uncle Sam can find the refrag quickly, or the initial frag, I should say, quickly.
Peekaboo.
Uncle Sam watching the angle.
Oh, the next time he peeks, he's dead. Nope, because Scorpio's going to turn around.
Oh, the call-outs come out. Scooby just missing him as he crosses out of that window. No one aware of this position yet. He's put a few shots his way, but Crorzy IDs that sound. Able to quickly pick him up, and now BossFight at a disadvantage.
Weather Balloon's actually not using the shield, Noman.
Well, then why is he even in the game? You know? Why even launch Onward, Weather Balloon, if you're not going to bring your sick shield plays
I think
into this
probably
matchup?
Because of the IK issues that a lot of people who frequent the shield have noticed and are not ready to have to try and counteract, hoping for a fix.
Scooby just getting saved here by these metal grates, but Uncle Sam gets tired of trying to get the picks. Long range rushes through, grabs Scooby and Weather, and Vikings will kick off their first round on map 2 with a win.
Wow, great play there from Vikings. A good choice, obviously, for them to take defense on this map because they are doing quite well on it. They find their second point of the series, or third point of the series, mind you. So still a very close-up series. It's 4-3 overall total score line. It was 4-2 on map 1, so not bad. Vikings doing impressively well in the last couple of seasons, kind of coming up from, just recently forming not long ago, a few seasons back, and then just working their way, grinding it out through the ranks and through the EU ranks at that, which it's not that it's I'm not here saying that it's easier. I'm here saying that there's just a lesser pool. Like, there's lesser teams. There's less teams to have to go up against, so you don't quite get the big, broad spectrum like you might get in NA, where you might get a team that's, really got some work to do. Then you might get a team that's, they're getting there, but they still have their stuff they got to work. And then you have, your top of the spectrum teams like, your Globos and your Danglers and your SMCs and your Blazes and G-Mens and that stuff. But So yeah, I mean, like, I feel like there's a really great broad spectrum on the NA side that I think the EU doesn't have, just because of the lack of teams on the EU side. Not because the EU is any easier, because you do have teams like BossFight and Beginners, and, and French Onward Union, and a lot of great teams here. So I don't know, but Vikings doing an impressive job here, fighting off BossFight, keeping things their way. And I won't forget you this time, ladies and gentlemen. I promise there will be no more overlay issues in this cast. We're on round 2 of map 2. Vikings now on the offense. Can they take it to BossFight? Can they cap this very undefendable? Nope, that's not a good word. We'll just strike that from the record, please, stenographer. Yeah, it's a pretty tough one to defend, though BossFight seemed to do pretty well at it.
Yeah, indeed they did. I like their positioning. It is pretty meta. This Hoochie spot here is going to be real strong, but I think only for the first kill. I think once he's got one, he's going to have an issue with Uncle Sam and Spoilty pushing through the same side. But a cheeky little spot for sure.
I can hear Scorpio, or Scooby-Doo, I mean, from all the way over at Hoochie's position.
Yep, that's what I just went to go check out. The man
on local comms
is a yeah.
The man is a human megaphone, is what he is.
We don't have to have our team chats on to hear most of the team chat from BossFight. That is loud AF.
Yeah, you don't even have to be close to BossFight to hear their comms. They just broadcast them across the map. Scooby-Doo, the human megaphone. Oh, I'm so mad I missed that, but I just called him out about broadcasting like a radio tower, and well, Nalik found the frag that he needed, able to down him. Hoochie, though, able to find 2 on the backside in the west courtyard. Now Scorpio's gonna try and rush and find it. Nalik is gonna find the rusher and shut him down. Everything's going topsy-turvy. BossFight's only got 2 members up.
Yeah, they've got 2 ready for callouts. Shark, who should be able to deal with Uncle Sam's approach, but Nalik there with the 1000 IQ play, picking up Scorpio as he rushed in to try to clean up the courtyard.
Oh, Weather Balloon going for the res, gets taken out, as does Sharku by a nice play from Vikings. They find their second point, and they've gone 2 up here on BossFight.
Yeah, that is... It's not surprising necessarily, but the plays have been so well coordinated here on Bazaar. I wonder what was missing on Quarantine. Because this is the Vikings that, I want to see. I want to see this kind of play on all maps. Definitely looking like their Bazaar a lot stronger than their Quarantine so far as they go up 2-0.
Yeah, two unanswered points against BossFight. So far, so good. They started on defense, and they secured the Marsoc round. So if they can continue to hold out even just defensive rounds from this point, they can secure the map here and take it to the series, or map 3 for the series decider.
As I've been saying the last couple of casts, we all want it. Doesn't matter which team you're rooting for, you always want it to be a 3-map series. Those are the exciting ones that we tune in for here, and Vikings fighting hard to give us exactly that as they put BossFight on the back foot here. Now I wonder if we're going to see that shield play. Oh, come on, Weather Balloon. You want to. Oh, he did want to, but the reset from BossFight means there was some issue.
Well, it's a good thing I was typing a message out to chat then and not ready to bring us back in, because they weren't ready to come back in just yet.
Yeah, indeed they were not. But I did sneak a little peek of a Weather Balloon shield, so we should be seeing some interesting plays here. BossFight looks to attack the mini market objective. Oh, it's too soon, Sleepy. It's too soon. Too soon. It's still fresh. The wound is still fresh. All right, here we go. Now, So it looks like Weather Balloon will be opting to go north.
Okay, Vikings just dabbed in the spawn. And yelled something, yeah boy, or something like that. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, well, we caught it for you. You guys can clip that and add it to your personal Discord and yeah, all of that fun stuff.
Of course, it's all anyone ever does is add clips of Onward to their Discord.
We probably have the equivalent of like 20 decent YouTube channels spread out amongst all the teams. They just all post their clips on Discord and not on YouTube or Twitch.
That's true. That's true. We've got to find our social media presence, VRML. Let's go.
Try to tell the folks at home, retweet, share, like, all of those things. The Facebook, the Twitter, we don't have Instagram because, hell, I don't even have an Instagram.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly. Ew. I don't know why I'm choosing to follow Hoochie through this labyrinth of hallways he's chosen to run through, but I have. Nothing else is going on at the moment anyways. BossFight is definitely a little bit more on edge now that Vikings have 2-0 up. I mean, you can see in the map, they haven't gone a whole heck of a long way. I mean, they came up the northern or the eastern side of the map, so they're slowly, methodically clearing their way across, but not a lot of movement yet. Minute and a half in. They still got plenty of time. I'm not harping on their time. But yeah, I gotta need to start making some progress. Start hearing some shots. I need some action. Give me that action.
Yeah. They feel shaky. This isn't the regular slowness. This is
like I don't, and I'm not hearing.
Not sure where the enemy is. Kind of slowness, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I'm not hearing Scooby-Doo just rattling off calls and commands and things like that. So that makes me think there's a little bit of hesitancy in this push as well. A little bit more so than just that methodical check and clear as they push across the map.
Interesting. So Scooby there saying Scorpio is going to get 2 minutes to crawl his way up here. He's in the north wall to crawl as far up as he can before they make their push finally through the north side. It looks like they are opting for a complete north push. No one in the south, no one in the center. Bizarre.
Scorpio gets a little bit past us, then we're going to smoke out.
I mean, you can listen to Scooby's comms there and really... You can really get the entire boss fight play.
You should not say that. No, man,
start to finish. I mean, he's yelling it in the middle of the field. Okay?
I know.
Make your strats outside of the lobby if you don't want the casters to talk about how you're yelling them in the middle of the map.
I mean, it's true. He is a radio beacon, just broadcasting strategies and call-outs.
I can't get away from him yelling it. There is no spot on the map that isn't outside of the action.
Here,
you can get away from here.
Here, I set my camera. You can watch Femi Fungi over here in this corner as he watches for that approach.
Perfect.
It's nice and quiet over there.
Nice and silent, not getting the entirety of the boss fight playbook delivered to my ears.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of folks at home wouldn't mind having the boss fight playbook read out to them aloud, but you know, yeah.
Listen, we can only do so much, okay?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I know. And I'd rather at least us have the ability to have some of that when we get in close with the cams. But yeah, if you're just gonna broadcast it like a human radio transmitter, then you might want to reconsider volume levels, or maybe just like up your mic sensitivity so you don't have to talk as loud to get the volume.
I was gonna say the gain on that microphone seems like double boosted. No other response to his callouts is nearly as loud. All right, we've had enough time to really dissect Scooby-Doo's microphone, but not a lot has been happening. Now the smoke's starting to come out. One going clear outside the map. Hoochie being downed quickly there on his push into the north area where Scorpio is pushing. And Scooby will find the refrag on Fungi quickly. So now it's a 4v4, but the rest of Vikings not super phased. Nolik going to be rotating in for Fungi's position, but he's got to be careful. There are 3 members of BossFight just itching to catch somebody on a rotation there. The smoke's coming through now.
Oof. Sharku taking a nasty shot to the face from Nalik. Just folding in half.
Scooby's going to find Uncle Sam, and just like that, it's tied up again. Nolik
That
now going to be
opens up
looking
weather
for
balloon.
Scooby.
That's not good. The shield has been opened up now, and the objective is completely defenseless. No one can see. If Weather Balloon makes his cross right now, he is golden goose. And there he goes. He's off and across. He's already inside. He's got Tablet out. And this is looking like a cap for BossFight. Vikings have no earthly idea it's happening, and this is going to be another 2-point comeback for BossFight. Corsi sees it. Oh, he stops it from happening, and Vikings take their 3rd point and keep the shutout on Bazaar going. Oh my God. I did not think that that was about to happen.
That was, he was crashing back so fast to that objective.
I mean, I heard the
He
shots
was just-
ping off his back when he had the shield on his back typing in the objective, and I was like, oh, maybe. But at that point, he had already been there typing for a minute. I assumed that it was over. I was like, man, there's no way.
I wonder if he'd have crouched and covered more of his body with that shield on
yeah.
his back. That
But
could
it
have been a
could've-
better play.
It could have caused the kinematics to go wonky too, though, and like his butt stick out from the side of the shield. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of that wonkiness going on, so
That's true. That is true. I mean,
probably
but
figured not
either way,
risk
Weather
it.
Balloon taking just a second too long on that cap. It seemed like he had gotten almost all the numbers in. And, yeah, he just did not. I'm assuming he was hitting. You finish the code, you're going to hit send, and you get dropped. But a great ID there by Vikings to stop that offensive cap, and that would have been a tie game. We would have been in a 2-2, and instead, Vikings keeping BossFight to a nice little donut here on map 2. 3-0 on the second map.
wow. I mean, it just this has been really impressive. A really impressive game. Like BossFight playing well. I mean, and playing at their normal level, except for here on Bazaar. I mean, it's either that or Vikings are really just out, besting them in this map. Because I do feel like BossFight are stronger here than what we've seen so far today, but I guess Vikings just have an answer for it, and now they're here on map point, dabbing it up in the home screen in the starting area. We're going to be coming up here. This will be round 4 of map number 2. Vikings in a commanding lead now, 3-0 on map 2.
Yeah, they've got plenty of time to lock this series in. They shouldn't be in any rush, but the adrenaline gets pumping. You win a couple rounds, hands get a little shaky. It gets a little tougher to sort of stay focused, and we'll see if Vikings have what it takes to maybe grab a 4-0 on this second map and take it to a pretty intense series decider.
While the teams set up their positions here, let's take a look at the scoreboards just to see who's kind of performing for their team. BossFight not performing so hot right now on Bazaar, so the stats not looking incredibly great on their end. They are fairly well split and leveled there, but on the side of Vikings, man, Uncle Sam and Nalik both grabbing 5 in the map so far. Femi grabbing 3 himself, and the other 2 members also able to pick up a kill, so spreading those kills, but man, Uncle Sam and Nalik with a 10 combined between them, really doing that job for their team today.
They are indeed, and I think BossFight's just kind of running like, they feel like new plays, like stuff they've just developed, and I think they're still working it out. I mean,
It could be.
I will say, and I've been sort of mentioning this to some teams in the league because there's been discussion about standings and rankings and stuff, and we're in week 3 of what is a 14-week regular season. I mean, at this stage, if you play 2 games a week, you've got 22 games to go. A loss this early doesn't really matter. So I feel like BossFight is playing a little bit looser with their tactics here and trying some stuff out early in the season. I don't think this is going to be the BossFight we'll be seeing at the end of the season.
No.
By any stretch.
No, I agree with that. I mean, a lot of teams are doing that. I know Danglers have talked about, they're trying to challenge as much as possible, and they've taken a couple of hard losses already in the season as well. G-Men and SMC both handing them L's early on, but they haven't let it discourage them. They're trying new things. They're trying to be more active, and so I'm happy to see it as a former member, but yeah, you really got to put in the time, but you also have to be willing to experiment, especially in these early weeks, to try and find some new things that might or might not work for you. If you find something in the early weeks that just absolutely doesn't work, even on a team where, it should be by all means necessary, by all stats accounted for, a blowout, you should be able to run anything on these people and it win. But if it doesn't work, hey, this is just crap. We need to scrap this, go back to the drawing board, find another route.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that this kind of stuff is expected in the early season, even out of the top tier teams. I think while everybody's testing things out, Corsi's going to find Scooby in that blue room. Is going to open up the south side a little bit, as they've really only got Weather Balloon watching that West Street approach from the south.
Yeah, that was a good pick because they had approached a minute ago, trying to look through the pallet window and possibly maybe see into that blue room, but no effect there. Now smokes are coming out from Vikings, but they've got Hoochie watching the street crossing, and if they don't put any smokes actually on the street, then they're not going to get anywhere, because it's pretty common knowledge that people watch this street like this.
Take a look at this angle. I mean, they're right. They're just right here. Weather Balloon. Here's the grenade pull. Oh, if you rush the corner right now, he'd find him. There it is. Fungi goes down. Uncle Sam finds Hoochie, however, and Weather Balloon is going to clean up Corsi as well before he is double tapped by Nolik. And now it is a 2v2.
Vikings should go with it. They need to push off this momentum. They still actually have a bit of an edge right now, and the edge is gone because Sharku and Scorpio are right back on the objective. While that chaos was happening, though, everything was happening for the defense so fast they didn't know what to do. Scorpio rushing out through the open. Will Nolik find the rotation? No, he will not. Scorpio now going to go on a far around flank. They're watching for that south approach. Could be their downfall if Sharku happens to go down.
I think Scorpio's going, he's going for this long rotation out onto
That's a
West Street
brave move for this being map point. Oh, I see now. He's going to watch for that cross. Sorry, that is not right, folks. Press that Z button. That shows me the last winner.
Now they've sort of split the objective here. Uncle Sam looking for the pick. Is he going to find Sharku? He does indeed. Now Vikings looking really solid to take this 4-0, but Scorpio not out of this yet as he picks up Nolik and makes it a 1v1. They're crashing in towards each other. Scorpio going to be looking for Uncle Sam here on the backside.
Oh no, he missed the shots!
The shots are missed. Scorpio with the peek in the window keeps BossFight alive in the series.
Wow.
1 and 3 as BossFight put themselves on the board.
Yeah, that was a clean sweep waiting to happen right there. It was, ooh, man, I kind of wanted to see it though. I wanted to see BossFight, or not BossFight, but Vikings take the map. And to do so like that would have given them a points lead as well. But now with BossFight answering back with the round of their own, it's tied up again for the series 5-5. Pretty incredible stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good series nonetheless, though. Vikings still not out by any stretch. They've got to stop BossFight here if they just want the flat win. They cannot allow a cap, though. So I'm interested to see if the defense plays a little bit tighter or if they're going to play it, the same sort of spread out, watching every angle type of defense. There's sort of two, right? Usually when you're trying to lock down the defense, you don't want to lose too many people too far away from the objective. So I'm curious what the defense is going to set up here as we go into the center Humvee objective. BossFight probably looking for a cap. Vikings just have to stop. They don't have to win. They just have to stop them from capping.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if I were Vikings, I would not be aggressive here. It's not worth it. You got 6 minutes of this enemy team having to come to you. There's no need to risk it. It's the map point right here. Secure this map, and then try and do, and then try and still be risky when you're on the game point, because you need this map. Because if not, it's all over here, and it's just all for points anyways, and it doesn't matter what you do from here on out. But you got to make use of the time that you still have. This game is not over for them by any means. Sharku trying to find some rounds into the objective building after seeing some suppressive shots coming out, but he's got no luck there.
Yeah, they've got to just stay tucked in. There's no reason to take these long-range engagements versus BossFight right now. They need to draw them into kill boxes, and they need to finish them off nice and close, not giving BossFight the opportunity to get these picks at range. I think it's going to be the key to their victory here. BossFight just being real patient.
Damn it. I'm trying to get this tree cam. Yeah, tree cam. Oh, damn it. It's okay. Tree cam another day.
BossFight really just waiting for it. The only rushing member is here in the south. Sharku
he's
looking
just
for Nolik here.
trying to
Nolik should be
find
here in
his
these
position.
footsteps. The shots ring out. Sharku's going to be the winner of that trade, and Vikings go down one early.
Now
Oh, they go down
two early.
two. Oh, Spoilty getting picked off there on a nice little peek by Sharku. No real awareness of the offensive approach, and Sharku gets caught out as Krorzy finds the refrag on that south flanker.
Much needed refrag. He was doing damage from down there. He's allowed his team to get more set. Now weather balloons pushed up to the freaking body truck here. Now he's rushing in. And he somehow gets the trade, and the grenade gets the down on Nafini in the objective. There's no stopping this. BossFight are coming in for the cap now. Krorzy's underneath. Is he going for the revive? No, he's not. Scooby will finish it off. Krorzy will find the refrag after those shots failed. Now he's running right towards Weather Balloon, and he has no idea he's going to get shot in the back. He does find Hoochie, however. No, he's going to find Weather Balloon. Krorzy's on a tear, but will he get Scorpio? He's right on the objective. He needs to check. He's not checking the objective, and Scorpio's going to get the cap. No.
Nope. Unfortunately, the code doesn't get typed in, and Krorzy is not
my God.
aware he's going to get a second opportunity at this
He
cap,
is
and there
not.
it is.
Krorzy going to be beating
That is
himself up after
exactly
that one.
What they did not want to happen. I mean, it was a great play. Just not. You really can't blame him there. You know, there's so many approach. If you didn't hear him, it's so hard to know he would be inside that building. And of course, you want to check it. But what if they're coming in through the backside? What if they're coming in down the side? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many approaches as the last man standing. It's hard to blame somebody for missing that. But in the end, it is going to tie BossFight up, and they're going to go to a defensive round now in map 2. And they might take this away from Vikings, who had a 3-0 lead.
Oh my, no. No! No, it's not that I don't want BossFight to win this. Like, I love BossFight. I love all those guys. But it's just the way that they were playing this. I was like, Vikings, go Vikings! And then, oh, that cap. And the worst part is, it's like, it happens to Krorzy after he has this miraculous, like, triple kill, right? Or was it even a quad? No, it was a triple because one died earlier on. So he finds this triple, and then he goes into this frantic search, only to have missed the one guy sitting just inside the doorway with his tablet out.
Yeah.
And
who missed the cap. Who missed his first attempt.
It's just so tough to watch. Oh, you feel for Krorzy in that situation.
Definitely now BossFight Gonna look to lock Vikings out of this series. It looks like Vikings only have 4 in right
Yeah,
now.
I'm
I
only
wonder if there's gonna be a round reset happening.
Are we gonna talk about that I killed 4 guys? Crorzy,
Oh, and
that's
then-
hilarious, bro. Wait.
Oh, okay. Oh, are they?
Seconds. If they do it too fast, it's gonna be round reset.
It's already past round reset.
I think.
Oh, I can do it now. No, wait. Yeah, 5:30. 5:30. Holy shit.
I'm confused. I think they planned something in advance. Okay. I don't know what that was. That looked like it was premeditated, though.
Did I
Boss
just have
fight.
my first instance of fixing a map?
It's not a very good job of fixing it if that's what they were doing.
Well,
But boss fight giving the map to Vikings, I guess.
I don't like. Do I put this score in?
I mean, yeah.
Buxton, can I have a question mark added to our scoreboard meter here? So
I mean, it happened in a match. Boss fight killed themselves. There's no question about what happened. And they specifically waited until round timer was over. Vikings.
Are they trying to go into the last match in like a complete dead heat tie?
I would guess so. I am equally as confused as you are, and I'm sure the folks at home will be too. I mean, there's nothing technically illegal about what they did. It just is very strange.
Yeah, I'm like at least waiting for a message from one of them or anything too, just to confirm like what the f just happened. But yeah, they haven't even selected the next map, so I'm not sure really what's going on here.
Yeah, that was odd. Definitely odd. I think a first for a VRML cast. I mean, boss fight getting that cap, I cannot imagine why they would want to give away
The map right after.
the map.
Maybe they were like, okay, well, we made the comeback. We know we can do it, so now we'll let you guys have the map since you were kicking our asses on it until that point. Like, I honestly don't know. But it looks like we do know our final map for the day, because apparently that was gonna stand. Even as a moderator, I'm confused right now, folks, because again, none of that was communicated to us. So we were unaware that this was going to be happening. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be going to our third map then, which will be Downfall. So a pretty good map for a decider between these two teams. Both have been doing quite well on the mid-range maps with the longer engagement. So now it's time to put all of that to the test. Do they have what it takes to do the same thing on one of Onward's largest maps? Man, I sound like a person doing a commercial. Tune in this Sunday as you find out which of these two teams is able to take each other down on the final map.
I think we do that quite a bit,
That's true.
but that's all right. Yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of in shock. I mean, I'm not upset, really. I don't.
No, I'm not
particularly-
upset. I mean,
I don't really care. But I would have liked to see.
Doesn't affect my
a
standings.
battle there. Yeah, exactly. I'm happy that they can work something out. I just would really have preferred to have seen an exciting, 3-3 battle.
Yeah, I mean, like, where's
Like
the drama, okay?
Like, at least play it out and then kill yourself at the end, When there's one left on each side, and then you kill yourself and give the point, then fine. At least you've given us some action. But not gonna get that, and yeah, we will get what looks to be... I mean, this is boss fight... Okay, I'm trying to get this straight. Boss fight was home, so this would be a boss fight map pick. No, sorry.
No, it would be a...
No, boss
the way
fight
it's- yeah.
side pick, and Vikings will have to pick the map. So this looks like Vikings map pick, boss fight opting for defense. I don't know, Sleepy. They broke me. They broke the caster for the day.
I mean, I'm just as lost as you are, Noman, so...
It's all over.
I really hope my next cast later tonight doesn't decide they're gonna, like, just quit every other round and just give each other points until the end of the day. But no, yeah, damn it, my rhythm's thrown off, Noman.
That's what I'm saying. I would say that as a caster and representative of the VRML, I would appreciate if teams let the casters know when they did stuff like this, because yeah, it doesn't really go with the flow of our casting style to have some subterfuge occurring on the map. But we'll see how Downfall goes, because we are ready to get into map 3, round 1.
It's my job. I have the swooshes and the wheels.
Hey, don't tell people, okay? They don't know. You just press the button when I say it, and it looks the same. It looks like we're both doing it. And the Vikings giving away their spawn early. Fungi sending a few rounds down range. Not really sure for what purpose. Maybe he was trying to catch a cross.
He could be trying to suppress someone maybe from getting up in that white building up on the hillside. Would be my only guess. A lot of teams will like to try and rush people in there, or even up to the other building, the North Watch, or the South Watch, I guess that one would be. But Vikings overall have already made quite a decent push. They're already within striking distance of the objective. And it's a minute in. You see this, folks? It's a minute, under a minute in, and Vikings on Downfall, big map. You see all of this map are able to be in position to strike this objective in a minute.
Fanning the flame, Sleepy.
I'm just gonna get so much salt in my inbox right now.
Sorry. Have you learned nothing? Have you learned nothing from what's happened?
Hashtag Downfall needs 4 minutes.
You've learned nothing about anything this
I'm a
last
moderator. I like to come in and light rooms on fire sometimes.
Fungi's gonna find Sharku on that long angle into the objective building, and they're gonna be up 5-4 early when they've stacked the center hotel. They've got all 5 either inside or right outside the center hotel here for this approach, but I don't think they're going to be ready for BossFight's long angles up top. I mean, you sort of expect it, but I don't think they'd expect 2 in the positions that they see there. Hoochie taking a few suppressive shots.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And with the way the newest smokes are working, you know, with their directional lay patterns of however the top of the canister's pointed, it's going to be really hard to get effective smokes all the way across that lane to be able to make the cross out from the hotel without going down from either Scooby-Doo or Scorpio, 2 of BossFight's better shots. I mean, it's just going to be, it's a very unlikely push, but goodness gracious, they're just going to rain massive amounts of it instead. And as you can hear, the shots are ringing out from Scorpio and Scooby-Doo. They are just hammering the area. But Vikings doing good about placing that suppressive fire onto Scooby-Doo and Scorpio's position. They've been able to get Krorzy across so far. Now they've got Weather Balloon running down from the hillside. He might actually get caught out in the open here, or he might actually catch Krorzy.
I mean, Krorzy is what that play is for, right? It's to get him across, was the smokes and the suppressive, so he can make his move. He's got to deal with Weather Balloon in the dumpster building now on that backside, and that's why Weather Balloon rotated in. He expected that push to come from the offense with all that suppressive fire.
Yeah, and Scorpio's made a good rotation as well. He's rotated to the North Rocks, or where the North Rocks used to be, to try and catch out that rotation. Krorzy does get a few rounds on target, but doesn't manage to take him down. Scorpio forced to use his syringe already. That won't help him out later, because now he's basically just a one-shot for a kill. Uncle Sam and Weather Balloon just a few meters from each other, but no one able to make their move quite yet. Still waiting for someone to find Hoochie just peeking just the wrong number of pixels. Ooh, but Scorpio will find Krorzy on his new flank off the west. He comes out of the southern valley exit. And now all those smokes that were used to get Krorzy across have basically become useless. Because it seems to me, if my count was near correct, that Vikings are going to have essentially not much utility, if any at all. And that smoke not going to do any good for anyone. It doesn't...
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the plan is now. They've been slowed up too much. Weather Balloon going to file Smoilty on his push across. Scooby on the long pick is going to find Fungi, and Vikings falling apart a little bit here as Nola goes down as well to Scorpio's trench position, and Weather Balloon looking to find this final kill on Uncle Sam. A little bit of pre-fire coming out. Is he going to try and rush it, or will he just wait? No, he's trying to bait out shots from Uncle Sam. That's 1:16 left. And it's looking like a boss fight victory here on Volk for this first round. Gotta get Scorpio here. He catches a few shots. The trades come out, but boss fight gonna come out on top on their first defensive round here, map 3.
Looks like the chat's finally catching up on the Snowman.
Yeah, I mean, it does stand. There is.
I mean, it happened after the round reset timer, so
that is all. It's all legal. There's really nothing we can do about it. It just was surprising. I'm sure there's going to be some interesting discussion in the VRML Onward Discord.
Someone said clearly this is some 4D chess right here. Agreed, because they're playing on levels that not even the casters know.
Oh, Dompatron brings up a good point. If maybe one of them was invisible on the objective, and he knew he was invisible, but I don't think that's the case.
But would you give up an entire map just to do
I would
that? Like that?
No, I would think you would reset, tell the casters, have us change the scores, and reset.
Yeah. Especially a team like BossFight. Like, BossFight doesn't like to just let people have points. Like, if they feel like they were wronged or, you know, there's an injustice on the scoreboard, like, they do not have a problem letting people know. So I think if there was actually, you know, if there was really an issue, then it wouldn't, you know, because I don't think, who would give up just a map and 2 points? Like, that's the part that baffles me. Like, you could give up the map without giving up the 2 points, I guess.
Yeah, you could just not shoot the enemy and let the enemy shoot you, and it would look at least somewhat convincing.
At least it wouldn't look like this was fixed.
Yeah. Definitely gonna be an interesting discussion. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's legal. They can do whatever the hell they want. It's their game. They're losing it, so.
I don't have the time to actually hop into the rule book, but I don't.
No, I can't imagine there's a rule that says you can't give up, you know, at any point, however you want. That's why we put the 2 points on a suicide in place.
It's true, I guess.
Early shots coming out from Scorpio and Weather Balloon on top of North Hotel, trying to catch any crossers or not. It's not going to pay off here, and Vikings not really opting to watch for the long angles just yet, but the spawn is given away early.
Wow,
Scooby going to be the... Yeah, that's a long pick, too, for Scooby, but an early pick coming out. Vikings losing one already. Just 30 seconds into this third map.
Yeah, and by the way, of course, Vikings had to go and make it to where my whole, like, rubbing salt in the wound thing was just a big shove a shoe in my mouth, because while they were set up in striking distance and ready to attack the objective in 1 minute, it still took them all 6 minutes to complete the round.
It did indeed.
God, Scorpio just unloaded a complete magazine into Feeny Fungus on the eastern flank as he pushes his way across. He's going to be pretty much unopposed now. He'll be able to get all the way into the ravines, get around behind the defenders. We'll have to see, but right now this is looking like an all boss fight map.
Scorpio finding the knife kill onto
Oh yeah, it was confirmation.
Yeah, it was a confirmation knife, but always fun to see that pop up on the old kill feed.
Now he's looting
Call-outs.
enemy courses. You know that's against
I mean-
the Geneva Convention, right, Scorpio?
I mean, the callouts should have been coming in. I'm surprised to not see like Uncle Sam at least rotate and watch that Marsoc.
They don't have the manpower to rotate and man that now. They're down to 3 with BossFight knocking on the door here momentarily for the objective. It's not a pretty situation that they're in, and they've got one guy who'd have to rotate off of that south bungalow. He's going to have to run out through the open. Smokes are out from Scorpio every which way but where he wants them. And Uncle Sam now going to finally start the rotation here in the ravine. Oh, but it's completely drawn him away. Scorpio could ball down that hill right now and nobody would see him. Well, maybe not.
Well, Nolik's got it covered from South Bungalow there. I think he has the angle that Uncle Sam should try to watch. So kind of makes sense he's not committing to that. But yeah, we are now seeing BossFight smokes come out. They've got to be thinking cap here as well.
It's like the world's greatest mystery in the chat right now. Everyone's still so confused. That's what was going on in that start of that one round.
As are we all. Has definitely thrown us casters off our usual rhythm. Uncle Sam's gonna find Hoochie assisting in Nolik's initial down there, but now Scorpio aware of Nolik's position and the shots ring out. He's not gonna land him. I don't like Scooby-Doo's laser here. I'm taking a look. He's aiming right at Scorpio's window. I have a feeling that this could...
Oh, it's because of the enemy weapon that Scorpio picked up on the ravine.
Yeah,
that's
the
what
call
it
out's
is.
coming out there. He's like, it's me, it's me.
And he does find Nolik, but there he is. He's still shooting into the window.
Weather Balloon's on objective right now. He's inside. He pulled
he's
Tablet
dead.
out a little early. Spoilty is going to be the one that capitalizes on that. Scooby down in Center Hotel. So Scorpio, the only one remaining, will have to fight through 2 Vikings in pretty much the perfect setup here.
Yeah, there ain't no coming back from this one. If he does, it's going to be all kills. If he comes up, he should be able to come up probably behind Uncle Sam if he slows down when he gets towards the White House, but it'll be highly unlikely for him to be able to get Spoilty too if the kill comes out. He's definitely going to find Uncle Sam here.
Yeah,
He's
Uncle Sam has
completely
no idea, and there it is, the G3 auto. We'll
Laser
take
gun.
him out of the game. There it is. Scorpio gonna opt to rotate again. I don't think he has time for this rotation. It's 60 seconds.
This rotation is a little bit concerning to me because he's down in the last 60 seconds, and he has no one else. Scooby-Doo is down on the center objective or the center hotel, so all he can do is provide call-outs. He's probably feeding him the time. I guess. Actually, I'm not even sure you can know the time left when you're downed unless you just happen to have that good of a mind where you can count seconds in the back of your head without thinking about it.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's the case, but his watch is going to beep here in about 5 seconds. Spoilty should be hearing those footsteps.
Scorpio is a sneaky SOB, though. I would not put it past him to be able to come in here and get this cap. But Spoilty, he's going to rush the corner. He's not going to be ready for Scorpio, who's crouched, and a round that should have gone to Vikings goes to BossFight as they take the lead here on map number 3. 2-0.
Yeah, Spoilty made the right choice. I don't think you needed to rush the second corner. I think just staying in the room and then bouncing in and out to try to catch Scorpio coming around the other corner might have been more beneficial. But either way, BossFight is up 2-0. Vikings now going to have to try their hand at a different but very similar objective. Now it's the dumpster in the southwest
Yes.
that they will have to attack. So we will see how this goes. I mean, it's basically the same offense and the same defense, just shifted slightly to the west. So I would be surprised if we see any real differences here in the outcomes, because if BossFight continues to hold the defense the way they've held and getting those plays on offense like they have, they should pretty easily close this out 4-0.
All right, well, while this round... Let's Once this round gets going, Noman, I've got to take a quick 2-second break. So I'll need you to just kind of cover. I'm going to leave in a more overhead pattern here near the objective, just so that the folks at home don't have to watch an intermission screen while I step away.
Not a problem at all. I'll be on point with my commentation. My commentatorship.
I'm gonna recommend you for a commentation.
My commentatorizing.
Are you commentarizing the wound?
Words are fun. You can make words from other words.
Okay, it's all on you now for a minute.
All right, so it is going to be quick spawn for Vikings. BossFight opting to send 3 into the south, 2 on objective. And Vikings so far playing it pretty tight. They're not going down into the ravine just yet, and an unfortunate down there as Weather Balloon lobs a nade right into Scooby's forward position. And now Vikings has to be aware that there's somebody creeping up the backside here. I wonder if they'll dedicate any members to watching it currently. Uncle Sam and Nolik just keeping their eyes downfield. As Nolik takes a few shots onto Center Hotel. Shark who tucks in and avoids his demise there. Uncle Sam sending a few rounds out to Weather Balloon, and so far it's just been these little firefights, not culminating in much of anything. As Scooby now looking for Uncle Sam here, not gonna easily find him. He's got to be careful with his volume here, as a couple of shots ring out towards Scooby from the 2 members of Vikings that have rotated all the way to the west. Spoilty and Fungi taking shots down long range at him. The callouts should come out, and now the offense will be aware.
You can really see how not steady someone's hands are with the laser, with that laser overlay on, huh? You just see that laser just dancing around in a circle.
Well, I mean, at a range like this, you know, even a small shake is just a massive problem. That's why I've been struggling recently. My stock has been broken, so I've been having that same problem. I've had to go back to freehand, and it really makes a huge difference on maps like this. You know, on Cargo and Suburbia, you don't quite feel it as much, but on something like Downfall, you got to hold these long angles for a while. Can really pay off. Fungi does grab Sharku in Center Hotel finally.
There's a lot of defenders off the objective again. I mean, granted, because of where the spawn came in, it's fine, but man, it's a risk.
Yeah, they've lost, I mean, 2 on the north and the east there. Hoochie really the only one left that has good eyes on objective. Weather Balloon now rotating into a better position to get Overwatch on the objective wall. It's just going to be up to these 3 Vikings making their push up the street to try to grab either Hoochie or Weather Balloon or both to finalize this push here as the final member of BossFight. It's on a long flank. Scorpio.
Oh, they got to push that pressure when they're pushing these guys up like this. Femi took a few shots and acted on it, but nobody was there to back it up, so Hoochie started to actually return fire from the window. And that is not what they need. Actually, they should have... Oh, gosh. It's so tough watching this from the caster cam sometimes, folks, because like you just see these lanes and these opportunities that these players can take that obviously they can't see, but you would think that it's like, oh, it's obvious, it's right in front of his face or right in front of her face, but you know, it's not always the case for the player. But I think it's really funny because right now Fungi could actually, I think they could literally just waltz up to the objective at this moment and take it.
Yeah, Hoochie finding that angle on Cruorzi. It's a long one, but a really narrow one at that through that window. He's going to start to even things out a little bit. Uncle Sam will find Scorpio on his flank. So That will not work out. And now BossFight just down to 2. Vikings looking really solid for a cap attempt here.
And they should go for it. They really should go for it. Because Hoochie cannot see that window. They could crawl right up. I mean, hell, Nollik could come in from the northern push that he's on. Come right on up. Frag going out onto the objective is going to grab Hoochie's attention. He's now looking closer. Weather balloon near the objective now.
Yeah, they've got the visibility onto the objective pretty much well set up. They've got to get guns on and smokes through. That grenade not really going to serve much of a purpose, but now a little bit of equipment utilization as Loyalty rushes out. Finds cover behind the wall. Hoochie not able to grab the frag. Weather balloon rotating to try to find the kill himself. Hoochie does get spotted in the window, but Loyalty shots don't land. Weather balloon looking for that refrag.
Wow, these smokes have just completely covered him. A blessing. Oh my goodness. Uncle Sam is downstairs in the basement. He's making the cap from underground. Hoochie's not aware.
He's going for the outside check. He's rotating on the long flank.
Doesn't
It's not
matter.
gonna work. A nice play there by Vikings to tie the series up.
Wow.
I wonder if BossFight's generosity in map 2 could come back to bite them here. Vikings put up a solid offensive push to take that 3rd round.
And here we go, back up into a point difference in the whole series. It's 10-9 now. The only difference being 1 point in the entire series. So Vikings, even with a loss, might pick up some MMR here, considering that BossFight being ranked higher than they are.
Yeah, it is going to be a blow to BossFight standings if they do end up losing this.
Actually, I'm sorry, it is completely tied up because Bazaar should not have been 5-4. It should have been 5-3. So actually, score is tied up 100% right now, 9-9 for the entire series.
Well, there can only be one winner, so we will see how BossFight does on this offensive push, the same objective. I mean, you want to say if Vikings can cap, so can BossFight, right? So this is definitely not done for BossFight yet, although it definitely seemed like they were not expecting to get capped on there.
I mean, I could have told them it would happen if you just looked at their defensive positioning. I mean, they focused their defense. I mean, to be fair to them, they focused their defense on that north spawn that came in that quick spawn. So that's why all their guys were pulled off the objective. But the second they lost that guy in the center hotel, they should have started moving guys around, and they didn't. And I think that's ended up what caused the Vikings to end up taking the edge.
What? Somebody dropped their gun. BossFight side. Scorpio literally forgetting his gun in the spawn. And the pre-fire opportunity they were hoping for, not gonna happen there. Looks like the spawn will get spotted out by Nolik. His laser was pointing in the direction of Scorpio's rotation, and now it's gonna cross Scooby's viewpoint and just missed the shots on him. So the BossFight offense still getting set up. I imagine we have about a minute and a half here before folks in the east get set up in their positions, as nobody really there to counter them. Nolik's position under fire from center hotel.
So many lasers looking at Nolik's building right now. It's insane. You got Scooby watching one window. You got Scorpio or Hoochie watching the other. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he is really the only one they've been able to spot out so far, as the rest of Vikings stays tucked in to their defensive positions. BossFight definitely taking their time with this approach, not rushing into anything yet. They do want to get early picks set up if they can. Some shots coming out to Weather Balloon's cross from Dumpster Building will not land. He will make a safe passage down towards the West Street.
And Scorpio has made it quite a ways on this east and southern push that he started to make. He's almost got full visual acuity on the entire defensive area. And that is going to damage that Vikings defense here. He's going to have an insight eye onto a few spots that are basically almost impenetrable unless you were to get into this position.
Nolik gonna have to deal with 2 here. Scooby still keeping his eyes on the windows. Now the Southeast finally getting set up. There is one member, that is Scorpio here all the way up in the south.
Yeah, I've been following
Looking
him.
to take this. Yeah, he has got, I mean, he's got a great position here. It's just none of the Vikings really exposed to it, maybe outside of Krorzy, who is on the inside wall there of the objective, but a pretty tough member to spot at that distance as Fungi finds one, Nolik finds another. Quickly BossFight losing 2. 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, not looking good for them on their attack run here. They're losing members left and right now. Scorpio still completely undetected by the enemy, though I feel like that's going to change as he crosses over. He should be at some point coming into Uncle Sam's point of view in the white building. But no. What the world? Scorpio's body's just rolling around on the floor like it's made out of spaghetti noodles.
Yeah, he does call out Uncle Sam in the white building as he is set up for refrags here. I mean, it's a good spot for catching defensive rotations once the rest of your team pushes in. So I think his play there is to stay quiet and wait until the rest of the offense starts making their smoke tosses and their pushes. It could be the thing that wins them this round.
Minute 35, and those members of BossFight in the Northwest looking a little behind schedule. They need to get a step on things if they want to be in any sort of position to actually attack in the next minute. Scorpio's within striking distance. All he needs to do is just wait on some support from his teammates, and this could still actually happen. And they could definitely catch these other guys off the objective with a fast enough strike. Seeing smokes come out now from BossFight on the south side or on the west side. Not really landing in fantastic spots. I mean, a couple of them look good. 1 or 2 spaced out quite a bit, though. Not really seeing the advantage here. Nolik going to get the res on himself. A little revitalization, as Noman liked to call it last time.
So Scorpio's position definitely well known now, as Fungi and Uncle Sam both sending rounds that way, but tying up 2 defenders like this could be a problem. But Nolik's going to find Scooby on the cross. Weather Balloon on the backside of the wall just escapes his demise.
Oh, that grenade. That might actually kill Krorzy. Oh no, his foot sticking through the wall didn't matter. Interesting. Weather Balloon is not going to be ready, I don't think, for Krorzy right around this corner. And here come the shots now. Nolik and Uncle Sam take down Weather Balloon and Scorpio in a coordinated fashion, and Vikings are going to go up another point on son of a... Hey, Noman, you remember how I said I wasn't gonna let another overlay thing happen in this match?
Ouchies, my friend.
Yeah, look.
Well, we apologize, folks. Sleepy's still getting his casting legs under him here.
Getting him back under me. Let's not make it sound like I'm just new. I'm not new. I just don't normally do this seat.
Are you? Are you not new?
No, I'm not new.
Are you though? This feels like a real newbie mistake to make.
Well, let's talk. Okay, no, because Nightfire was doing that shit last season even, And he had been casting for like 5 seasons already, so it's not a new thing.
All right.
But I do hate that I do it because
just trying to get a rise out.
I try not to be Nightfire with the overlays.
We all, and you know, maybe we should stop throwing Nightfire under the bus.
No, I'm not going to. As long as I keep making the mistake, I will keep throwing Nightfire under the bus for it too. But to be honest, he hasn't done it in quite some time. At least At least not at all this season that I know of.
Listen, I will say I have proposed a solution for that, and no one has implemented other than me, and it's your guys' fault. Okay, I blame all the other casters for your unwillingness to go with the safe bet. Schedulers are our friends, but BossFight is going to be looking to hold this defense. Vikings just needs to win this, and they win the series, which, I don't know, maybe it's what they planned. Who knows? There's been some interesting subterfuge happening in this series so far. I don't
know what's going on.
I don't really know if the outcome is...
I don't know if BossFight's just going to up and kill themselves here after the timer resets on this last map, for all we know, and it could happen.
Yeah. Hey, BossFight, when we play Button Cup and we get you as a matchup as Blaze, throw one of those sides our way.
Just throw a little 2 points our way, maybe.
Yeah, just 2 points. Just toss them out there. No big deal. NBD.
NBD. Just a couple more points for the old NA.
Yeah, just check them on in there. We won't say no. We're not above that.
No. Blaze definitely not above taking handouts, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Yeah, just pile it on. Heaping helpings of extra
hamburger
points. Helper. That's right. Yeah, Vikings now getting set up in the south to make their approach. BossFight's defense, pretty standard. Nothing I can really say that's any different about that. They've got one in Crater, one in Helicopter, one in Center Hotel, one in the bungalows, and then one on the west wall. Pretty much par for the course when you're talking about this defense. Maybe shifted a little further north than I would expect, especially now that we see these smokes. I think we may see a rotation, as Crater doesn't really lend any help for defending this objective. It's a long rotation.
Yeah, that is an odd positioning to choose for this objective. I guess I could say that for Vikings, I'd be fortunate that you got this one and not the 2-story, the objective, the Volk objective one. Just a few meters down the road, because that one is a little bit more difficult in my opinion, though the ice cream truck objective is much more difficult to cap in my opinion. The other one is just overall more objectively hard, more difficult. Because for this one, it seems like defenses will set up in spots that don't necessarily work for this, because they know that the spot that they're going to has better coverage, and they'll try and stay safe rather than protect the objective. Feeny Fungi, though, is in the center building, Center Hotel, with Sharku. He's probably just coming up here to smoke a little hookah. Sharku looking down the stairs. He knows someone was in the building, but he's not quite sure when and where they're going to come from. And it'd be really cool if it's just like this little piece of wood. You can hop up over the ledge and drop down, shoot Sharku through that window. That'd be a pretty cool thing to do.
Wouldn't that be a neat thing to do? Fungi looking for Hoochie, but he's got a couple of lasers trained on him now. So it looks like Weather Balloon is on to his positioning. I mean, looks like Vikings have identified quite a few positions. They're looking for Weather Balloon upstairs in the 2-story. Helicopter 2-story. And Fungi's looking for Hoochie here. They're not going to be ready for Scooby's position, I don't think, although a pretty common one in the NA.
As long as Scooby doesn't take those shots, he'll probably be able to find one, if not two, before getting picked. Fungi's got to be careful, though. He's making himself a much easier target the longer he stays there. Weather Balloon just barely out of the sight line. His hand coming into the sight every now and then. Man, they could actually kind of push this. The shots ring in from Scooby. Now his position's been given away. Some more suppressive fire in the right positions. Oh, Fungi doesn't know right where it came from. Oh, and Fungi finds the nice headshot onto Hoochie right on the objective right now. Krorzy is popping smokes. He's going in. He's going to try and get in there and get this cap. He's going to need to watch out for Weather Balloon, though, as Weather Balloon's position will stop this push. The frag out from Scooby-Doo is no mention. Scooby will find the kill on Defimi, though, up top. Krorzy still not aware, and here comes the grenade from Weather Balloon to take down Krorzy, and all of a sudden the Vikings push, which was looking quite strong, in fact, pretty much shut down now. Nalik going to be trying to make the crawl up past the helicopter.
Yeah, Sharku's opting to try to rotate out and grab this confirm. Might find himself two if he can catch Nalik there, but Nalik just missing that himself.
Wow, Uncle Sam picking up two. He finds not only Scooby-Doo in his hidden little position, but also Scorpio. So now it's all up to Weather Balloon and Sharku. And if Sharku goes down or gets his vision blocked, they could definitely get onto this objective before Weather Balloon is able to react and get over into the area.
I mean, they've only got 60 seconds. Loyalty has to be relatively quick about getting Sharku out of here to give Nolik a chance to try to creep up on this objective.
Yeah, it looks like the move. Oh no, I picked the wrong person. Here comes the push from Spoilty. Is he going to be able to find him? Oh no, the freaking dread. Those things are bulletproof. Come on, that's messed up. But Sharku finds the kill. Nolik finds Weather Balloon, but will Sharku be able to see Nolik in time? 14 seconds left in BossFight. Save themselves here on map 3. It's tied up now, 3-3. Vikings going on the defense, though. This could mean a win for map 3 for them. What do you think?
Yeah, let us know in the chat what you guys think. Vikings now on the defense, definitely going to have the advantage coming into this objective. This is the helicopter bungalow objective again, so I don't know. I genuinely have no idea who is going to win this. I just pray and hope that it's not a forfeit by one of the teams.
Yeah,
because that would really stick in my craw, really. Just more on a personal level than anything else. But yeah, I don't know. Drop your thoughts into chat. Let us know what you think.
Ooh. Pushing these buttons is hard.
It's hard work.
But it's been a great game. I am definitely not disappointed in picking this one up, Noman. I know we've been trying our best to cover the EU as best we can on the weekends, especially for you and myself and Nightfire over on the West Coast. It can be very difficult during the week when the EU schedules matches. So when we can find the time to pick up these games on the weekends, then we're obviously very excited for it. And Vikings, of course, showing their strength throughout the last few seasons and showing why they deserve to be taking it to BossFight the way they are. Now we've got a completely tied up game. They literally brought the entire game to a 1-point decision, Noman. It is a sudden death decider here on round 6.
Early smokes coming out from the defense to try to get set up. Do make sense that early northeast peak can be pretty deadly. They're going to opt to lend to be on the safer side of things, as Weather Balloon has Overwatch here with the shield, trying to spot out any defenders rotating to their spots. BossFight making a relatively quick approach up into the middle of the map. Not going to run into too many defenders from my point of view that I can see.
No, Vikings
tucked in.
Yeah, they're tucked in. They know to play this one. I mean, this is literally just 6 minutes of waiting to win. This objective is very tough for the attackers, not only to either get the kill win, but also to get the cap win because of how the objective is so far out in the open. That most teams are able to keep it pretty well covered until the very, very last few seconds of the round. So it's not going to be an easy one for BossFight. Now, I'm not saying they can't do it. They've had a couple of successful Marsoc rounds already in this map, as have Vikings. However, this is not really the objective that you want the enemy team to have for defense, because it is one that they are able to sit in more secured, solid buildings with the right angles of Overwatch, and it gets really tough to root them out.
Yeah, that is very true, and they're holding pretty similar angles, but more like what I would expect to see for this objective, right? They're not pushed up too far north. They've just got, who is that there? Nolik in the west red car, and that's the furthest northwest that they've got. Weather Balloon looking for some pistol shots long range.
I think you might be shooting past the effective range of that pistol, Weather Balloon.
Yeah, I'm not even really sure who he's trying to down there. Maybe Uncle Sam if he'd rotated in the upstairs, but either way, yeah, that would have been quite a shot to get.
Hoochie's managed to get himself literally inches from Nolik on the other side of this wall, but no effect, and he's going to try and come around to peek, but he's going to get killed by Scooby-Doo! Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Shooting an unsuspecting defender in the face now.
That cannot be how the song goes.
I think you need to check the more updated versions.
Okay. I mean, I'll trust you, but I have a feeling that's not the exact lyrics. Okay, Weather Balloon tossing that smoke up, but not really going to push on it.
No, I think he only used it to get himself down that hillside into a better positioning, and then after that he just cast it away, get it away from him, so that way he had a clear sight line on anything that might present itself to him. So yeah, I don't think he was actually using that to move once he threw it. I think that was more of a discarding than a throwing for a purpose.
BossFight looking pretty solid here so far. Cruorzi, though, gonna quickly even things up as he finds Hoochie pushing down from West Red Truck. No refrag's gonna come out. I mean, Weather Balloon has made it pretty safely across here to the far west.
Look at Scorpio. What is he doing? This guy is all over the most unused portions of this map I've ever seen. Way up here in the west, back behind the west stables. Not a position you see utilized very often, nor was the position he took up in in their last attacking round, where he was way back behind the defenders for a long time.
He takes a few shots onto Helicopter Bungalow. Spoilty having to revitalize there. I'm going to use it. I'm just going to keep it. I'll keep that word.
Seems like shots ringing out towards Weather Balloon's position. Yeah, they do, and he is nicked.
So there is two positions now known to the defense. Scorpio's really high up angle there, and Weather Balloon's push. The only two still relatively stealthy are Sharku and Scooby in the east.
Things are not looking good for BossFight here. Just a minute left. They're going to have to start, scratching out those attack plans, because only a couple of them are really within a striking range, and Uncle Sam's going to pop out. He'll find Weather Balloon. That'll be the shield down, so no more safe intel from them. Here comes Scooby-Doo now pressing the open lane. He's going to try and be looking in the windows for Uncle Sam. Will he see him first, however?
Well, he's right underneath. He's got the right angle. I mean, this could still be a cap here. If Scooby plays it quiet enough, as Scorpio finds Cruorzi in his position, and Scooby does find Uncle Sam, but Fungai's he's not checking this right now.
Neither is Spoilty. Oh, there it is. There's the check. 20 seconds left. Vikings need to just hold out. Do not pull a blaze and run out in the middle of the open when you're defending an objective. For the last few points, Spoilty and Scorpio, they're going at it. Femi finds him. Scorpio's got 6 seconds left. Can he put the code in time? Does he have enough time? Will he be able to do it? 1 second. Vikings get the win. BossFight run out of time. And And Scorpio lets out an exasperated feeling of letdownery.
Wow, that was intense. What
Oh.
an intense ending to that third map.
For real, man.
I mean, if map 2 didn't have an asterisk around it, that might have been a really intense series.
Yeah.
We're all still confused about map 2, but Vikings going to take the series overall. Knocking
Wow.
BossFight out on that final defensive round just by the skin of their teeth. I mean, really, time is what won that last round for them. But otherwise, I mean, they played strong.
They did.
Starting off, with that cap after BossFight was up 2-0 and equalizing. It was a great final downfall map for sure, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Overall, a great game. Again, I am not disappointed in us selecting this one. I knew it would be a pretty good matchup, and it did not disappoint, Noman. I don't know how you felt about it. I mean, we got one of the closest scores ever, again, even though Map 2 might have a little bit of an asterisk around it. But yeah, a great, fantastic matchup, a great EU matchup, a great way to also show that not all EU teams are slow and boring, right? Because that's what Noman and Nightfire think.
Yes, it is. Just for the
Just lean
record,
into
I
it.
still think that. I mean, just because you're mad about it doesn't mean I don't think
Oh
it.
man, no, don't give Nightfire and Noman too much shit. I was just being a brat just now. But no, a great matchup overall. So glad we chose it. I also want to again take this time to thank our sponsors, ProTube VR and VR Cover. Of course, ProTube VR, who's going to shoot a gun unless you're holding on to a ProTube, right? And then, of course, that comfy face that interface that VR Cover can provide. A great improvement for a lot of us. Those thin pads, real nice. A little boost to your FOV even. So big shout outs to them. Also big shout outs to everyone who stopped in today. We thank you guys so much for coming out. I saw a couple of clips there, a few of them more related to that weird ending, but overall, saw a lot of participation, a lot of folks in the chat. We appreciate you guys for coming out. We got a lot of Onward action packed into the channels today. Pretty sure we had 3 streams going on just now. I know we have more coming on later. I'll be back later again with, I think, TFH is co-casting with me. So we've got a lot of games coming up, so don't go anywhere. Make sure you're following the Twitters and all of that stuff. And we will see you later on tonight. So for the Onward Master League, my name is Sleepy. Noman has been my co-caster. We'll send you off here, folks. Have a great day, and we'll see you later on.
Bye.